a second criteria that we've discovered that's has a pretty high effect size in terms of impacting student learning. But the second one, strangely enough, and I know we know this, but I don't know, this is the one where I think I've experienced a lot of teachers tried it and then they left, and because it just absorbed too much time. So what I want to do is share in this video what it is, and then how to do it a little bit more efficiently, which I think will be good. So it's basically, it's called prior knowledge. And so you establish a prior knowledge prompt or activity, and I want to call it a prior knowledge activity because in a mathematics lesson, the prior knowledge activity does not need to be a math problem. It can actually just be a prompt where I ask students to think about something they learned from last week, or to reflect on a particular idea that is going to warm them up and get them ready for the lesson, but it doesn't have to be a math problem, although it could be. And so the prior knowledge warm-up, in fact, I have to tell you, without getting into deep detail about effect size on student learning, but the impact of prior knowledge development in a lesson design is 0.75, 3/4 standard deviation above the norm. Kids will perform because, and it doesn't really cost me any money. It just costs the district any money. It just costs me as a teacher to make a decision that I'm going to start my lesson with a prior knowledge connection. Now, the prior knowledge warm-up, or whatever you want to call it, in order to be effective, it should be connected to exactly what they're about to be doing in that lesson. So it can't just be some random warm-up. That's why it's called prior knowledge. And that prior knowledge activity should just be designed, and here's the key, it's not designed to get completion or full accuracy. It's not designed to get perfect answers. It's designed for the teacher, for you and I, to collect information about how ready are they to do what we're about to do. So my recommendation when you actually do a prior knowledge activity is, first of all, never allow it to be more than 3 to 5 minutes. You know, it's a brief activity. So sometimes with some teachers, I think it becomes this trap of a 20-minute activity, and then you're losing class time for instruction. So don't do that. Secondly, it would never be led by the teacher. The only thing you and I do as the teacher is to establish the prompt or explain the activity and have them get to work. So it always would be done in small groups. It's a peer-to-peer activity. Third, your job as a teacher is to get out among the students and see and hear what they're doing, listen to what they're saying, and gather information that will let you know, oh, I have the perfect place to start this lesson, or, oh my gosh, I don't even need to start it like this, I could go a little bit further, or I better scaffold back a little bit before I plow it, you know. So it's an information gathering time. Don't worry about the kids getting it perfectly correct or right. Next recommendation I make is do not come back to the front of the room and go over publicly with whatever that prompt was, which means don't go over the problem if it was a math problem. Don't go over the prompt, and you know, unless there's something really important you want to say. But for the most part, just come back to the front and get started, because remember, the purpose of the prior knowledge warm-up activity is to warm their brains up, and then for you to gather information and know how to start. So don't worry, you know, about that. Also, our experience has been, if you use a prior knowledge warm-up problem and you come back to the front of the room and show the kids how to do it, what's going to happen is students will learn quickly. I don't really need to work on this right now because in 5 minutes, Mr. Kanold is going to come to the front of the room and show me what to do anyway. So we actually encourage kids not to persevere and have those deep discussions because of that. Now, I will admit, you know, one thing about this is in our district, all our students, kindergarten through calculus, do sit in a team of 4. And I get it, you may have different structures used in your school, but no matter what, please make that prior knowledge activity a small group activity.